Country Cookin'. I'm your hostess, Cindy Schumacher. On today's show, we'll be making popover buckaroo beef bake, easy fruit salad, basil dinner rolls, and banana crunch cake. I'm going to start with the rolls so that we can get the dough rising. I have I have 3 cups of flour. It calls for 2 3/4 or 3 1/4, and I find that exactly right between 3 cups of flour is perfect. What I'm going to do first is I have a cup of warm water. I'm going to add, it calls for a packet of yeast. I buy my yeast in the jar, so I need 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast. I'm going to stir that in and let it get a little bit bubbly. Okay, to the flour, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of basil, and a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to whisk that together so that the ingredients are evenly distributed. We're going to give this just another minute just to set up a little bit. In the meantime, I guess we'll talk about the banana crunch cake. I have a fluted pan. If you have a tube pan that's not fluted like this, I'm actually going to reverse the order that we do this in. Normally you would put batter, topping, batter, topping, batter, and end up with topping because that'll be the top of your cake. But where I'm using something like this, I'm going to start with the topping, go batter, and I'm going to do 3 layers of it. So let's get working on this dough again. I usually stir it just until it's incorporated, until it's basically incorporated, and then I put it on my counter and I knead the rest of the flour in it. But if you feel like you need a little more flour, go ahead and add it, but this 3 cups works about right for me. Now this recipe, you can make it into baby dinner rolls or regular sized dinner rolls. I don't have small muffin tins, I just have standard muffin tins, so I make 12 rolls with this. If you are doing the baby rolls, it'll make 24. So that's up to you, and if you have the muffin tins for that. So we're gonna just kind of work this flour in. If you're making the baby dinner rolls, then you probably have enough to freeze for another meal, or if you have the 12 and you're only, have a smaller family or whatever. These freeze well, and just thaw them out when you're ready to use them again. By the time I'm done kneading, I should have all this incorporated into it. A little more liquid. Just about there. Okay, when you're done incorporating everything and you've kneaded it to be kind of a soft, elastic dough, we're going to put it in a bowl, a grease bowl, flip it over so that both sides are greased, and then cover it, and we're going to let it rise for about an hour. You want it to be able to spring back, and it's about at that point, so I'm going to wash this bowl up real quick. We'll put it in and set it aside. So I'm going to take a quick break while I take care of that. We'll be right back.
Blazing fast broadband internet from Valley is now available and better than ever. Let us help you decide which speed is best for you. The 50 meg speed would be sufficient for 1 to 4 devices, mainly emailing and surfing the web. Our 100 meg speed works great for 5 to 8 devices and multiple users streaming and downloading video. If you have 8 devices or more that are simultaneously streaming or gaming, or if you have a medium-sized business, the 250 meg speed would work best for you. For extreme heavy home or work from home use, or if you have a medium to large business using 15 or more devices, you may want to consider our 500 meg download speed to fit your needs. And if you're a home or business that needs it all, we have our 1000 meg, 1 gig broadband internet speed. Call our office today at 437-2615 and talk with one of our staff members to pick the speed that's best for you.
Okay, we're going to work on the cake. I'm going to make the topping first. So I'm going to combine a cup of rolled oats, a cup of coconut, a half cup of chopped pecans, a half cup of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cup of firmly packed brown sugar. I'm going to kind of mix these together before I start with the butter. Okay, I have a stick of butter I'm going to throw in, and I'm using a pastry blender. Mix it around in there. Seems like a lot of topping, but when you do it in 3 different layers, it just all gets used up, and it kind of bakes into the cake somewhat. If you like coconut, you're going to love this cake. For those that don't like coconut, not so much, but this time of the year, it seems like one of the fruits that we buy are bananas, and if you happen to have some that are a little ripe, it's fun to make banana breads and banana cakes and banana bars. And I think that'll work. Go over here and work on the cake. I have a yellow cake mix with pudding in the mix. If you can't find a yellow cake mix with pudding in the mix, I buy a yellow cake mix, I buy a vanilla instant pudding, and I mix them together. So to this, I'm going to toss in 4 whole eggs, a ½ cup of sour cream, and then I'm going to get this mixed together before I add the bananas. I'm going to give this about 2 minutes, so we're gonna take a break while I finish beating this together. We'll be right back. Okay, we're gonna assemble the cake. I'm gonna take about 1/3 of the topping ingredients and put it in the bottom of my pan. I have buttered my butt pan. This is one of the new Pampered Chef bundt pans, and they don't recommend spraying them with pans, so I have actually buttered this pan. So it looks like this. Then I'm going to take about 1/3 of the batter and cover it completely. I'm going to spread it all the way out, and of course the cake will rise, so it looks pretty thin now, but so it looks like that. And put the next 1/3 of the topping on the top of that. Do the same thing. I'm going to spread it out so it goes all the way to the edges. The last of the topping. Now, if you would like a copy of any of these recipes, if you don't have internet, give the girls at Valley a call. They'll be happy to help you with a copy. And if you do have internet, just go to the Valley homepage, www.valleytal.net. Click on the Country Cookin' Cow, and you'll find all the recipes there. get out a spoon here. It'll help me finish it off. We're going to put it in the oven at 350 for 50 to 60 minutes. So you just, when it gets to that 50-minute mark, then start watching it, and you'll see when it's nice and golden brown. So I'm going to quick take a break, clean everything up, and we'll be right back, and we'll start on the buckaroo beef bake. Be right back.
Valley is now offering updated digital TV packages and prices. Call Valley today at 437-2615.
Okay, my dough's been rising for about an hour, and then I divided it and let it rest for another 10 minutes. So I'm going to divide this. I'm going to make a dozen rolls. I'm going to make a little bit bigger. So then you want to divide your dough into 12. So I've got 4. I'm going to divide each one of these quarters into 3. And then I kind of roll them into a ball. And you want to make sure you've got the smooth side up, just so that they look a little better. They don't have any lumps and bumps. So I just kind of turn it until I find a side that I think looks the best. I've got one that's a little bit bigger here. I'm going to steal some off of it. Okay, just about got it. And I always cover it with plastic wrap. I just feel like it kind of insulates it a little better. So I cover it with plastic wrap, and then I put a dry kitchen towel over it. So we'll set it right there. Cover it up. We're going to let those rise for about a half an hour. So we'll get started over here and get I have 2 pounds of ground beef. We're going to start browning. While we're getting that going, I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Ground beef is just starting to cook, so to this I'm going to add a half cup of green pepper that I have diced, a half cup of celery that is also diced, and a half cup of onion that I have diced. So I'm going to get that mixed in. Now, depending on the leanness of your beef, you can add some butter to it, or oil if you want, like 2 tablespoons. I'm using 85% lean ground beef, so there is some fat to it, so it's going to be enough. I'm not going to add any. Okay, while it's cooking then, I'm gonna add some of the seasonings. I have taco seasoning. You can add 1 to 2 tablespoons. This is gonna be right about that. Three-fourths teaspoon of garlic salt. Eighth teaspoon of pepper. If you don't have one of these choppers from Pampered Chef, it's an investment that's worth your while. They are probably the best tool ever invented for chopping ground beef or sausage or something like that. Gets it broken up. You don't have the big chunks. We're going to let that cook for a few minutes, and I'm going to start getting ready for the fruit salad. We'll be right back.
Internet is here. Valley now has higher broadband speeds of up to 1 gigabit. Get the bandwidth you need for all your devices at one time. Gaming with no lag time. Video stream your favorite movies instantly in HD quality. Video chat with friends and family without interruption. Download your favorite music and photos in seconds. All on our 100% fiber optics network. Valley offers managed Wi-Fi and backup services too, bringing together all the services you need. Valley Telecommunications Cooperative.
Okay, the ground beef is all browned. I drained a little bit of the grease off. To this I'm going to add a cup of sour cream. And I want to stir that in a little bit and get it everywhere. And then this is a packet of, this is actually country style mixed vegetables. And I'm gonna stir that in. So this has a lot of vegetables. By the time we have the celery, the green pepper, the onions, and now we're adding these. But it doesn't seem like you've got that many vegetables. By the time you put 2 pounds of ground beef in there and then do the popover topping, it doesn't seem like you've got as many vegetables as you do. So one way to fool your kids. Okay, we're gonna put this in like that, a 9 by 13 pan. Level it out. We're going to make the popover topping now. I have 2 eggs that I'm going to beat. To that I'm going to add a cup of milk. A cup of flour. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. A tablespoon of oil. Okay. beat it till it's smooth. I have a cup of mozzarella cheese. Sprinkle that over the top of this. Then we'll pour the popover part of it over. Now I'm going to sprinkle it with a 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese. And a tablespoon of parsley. If you have fresh, go ahead and use fresh. If you don't, go ahead and use dried. Okay, this is how it looks. It's going to go in the oven at 400 degrees for about a half an hour. So I'm going to get it in the oven. We'll be right back.
At Valley Telecommunications, we pride ourselves in providing the home team advantage. But what does that mean? It means going above and beyond to take care of our customers' needs by providing exceptional customer service, because helping you helps all of us. As a cooperative, each time you subscribe to our services, you are investing in our community, which allows all of us to build and benefit from the newest technologies. Make the switch today to Valley Telecommunications and experience the home team advantage.
The rolls have been rising for about a half an hour, so I have about a tablespoon of milk here. I'm just gonna kind of wet the tops of them with the milk. And I have about 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, and we're just gonna sprinkle the tops of them. Okay, now these are going to go in the oven. Let's see, for about 25 minutes or so, thereabouts. So we'll start watching them. And then we'll finish up on the fruit salad. I have a can of pineapple chunks, and to that I've drained well, I'm going to add a can of peach pie filling. I'm going to mix those together. This is a very easy salad. I don't like that. It's like part of a pit there. Another piece of a pit. I don't know. I don't want somebody to break a tooth. Okay, when I went to buy the groceries to do the filming today, they didn't have fresh strawberries on hand. So this recipe calls for a package of frozen strawberries and then 1.5 cups of fresh strawberries. I just bought 2 packs of the frozen strawberries. So to that I'm going to add 1.5 cups of green grapes and 2 to 3 bananas. This actually is 3 because they were pretty big. So all you have to do is stir it together, put it in the refrigerator and let it chill a little while and let all the flavors blend. But it makes a beautiful salad, as you can see. Even at this time of the year, it's kind of nice to have something colorful to serve on the side of like a casserole or something like that. So we've got everything basically ready to roll. We're just waiting for it all to be coming out of the oven. So I'm going to take a break and clean this up, and we'll be right back. Here we have our popover buckwheat beef bake, our easy fruit salad, our basil dinner rolls, and our banana crunch cake. I want to remind you as I'm dishing up that if you do want a copy of any of these recipes and you don't have internet, give the girls at Valley a call. They'll be happy to help you. If you do have internet, you can go to the homepage, www.valleytel.net, and you'll find all the, oops, I'm having trouble getting that corner out. You can find all the recipes by clicking the Country Cookin' Cow. The nice thing is slices out so nice and easy. There's some cake. You can serve this with a little bit of Cool Whip or something if you want. Fruit salad. And there we have it. Thanks for joining us today on this edition of Country Cookin'. We hope to see you next time.